because I get to go and buy books. As we all know, reading books and buying books, they're two separate hobbies, and for the past, I don't know, like 3 months, I've been on a book buying ban. Self-inflicted, but still necessary. I put myself on that ban because I just had too many books on my shelf that I hadn't read yet. However, I think I have decreased it enough for me to be allowed to buy some more books. Also, side note, is this not just the best jumper you've ever seen? This was gifted to me, but it's not like an ad or anything, but I do have a discount code for you. It's from this brand called Colourful Standard, and they do just really colourful, bright, fun clothes, and it's all sustainably made. This is like a recycled merino wool. I also got this like beautiful scarf. I'm such a green girl. I love green so much, and so of course I had to get a green scarf. I definitely look like I'm ready for Christmas again. But anyway, let's go book shopping. Some lady just stopped a photographer and took loads of pictures of me. That was really funny. I had to like read my book and pretend that they weren't there. I'm starving, so I'm gonna go and get some food now. I kind of want to find somewhere that I can sit in and like read my book for a bit. Home. Now it's the fun part. I get to show you guys which books I got. I got quite a few. And you know what's really annoying? I forgot to bring my Waterstones voucher that my auntie got me for Christmas. I literally got to the counter to pay and I was like, fuck. So I just had to suck it up and pay full price. Let's start with the one and only book that I got from Blackwell's. The book that I ended up getting was Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. This is the same author that wrote Gone Girl. I'd be surprised if you haven't read or seen the film. But Sharp Objects is also a TV series with like Reese Witherspoon. And I've been meaning to watch that for so long, but I kept telling myself, don't watch it until you've read the book. So here I am. Whilst I was paying for this book, the person behind the counter was like, what are you studying at uni? And I was like, oh, I'm doing illustration. And they go, oh, I'm a musician and I'm actually looking for someone to do the cover art for my next like album, single. And they were like, yeah, what's your Instagram so that maybe you can do it for me? I was like, how amazing is that? So I left that bookshop feeling very happy. Next I went to Waterstones, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I went ham. I was really a bit out of control in there. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books. I'm so stupid. I actually was mistaken. I bought 9 books. Here are my stacks. I've got 6 books from the buy one get one half price. I always just think if there are books on those tables that I've been meaning to read for ages, then I might as well just get them. The first one is called On the Savage Side by Tiffany McDaniel. This is like I think it's like a murder mystery or just a crime book about these sisters who grow up in Ohio, like a small rural town, and then a woman turns up dead in the river that they kind of like to frequent. Ooh, it actually says that it's drawing from a true story. This one just caught my eye. The next book that I got, I've been waiting for it to come out in paperback, and that is Big Swiss. It's by Jen Begin. This has been talked about so much. It has been in like the bestseller section for a really long time, and this one I think is about 2 people who are friends or in a relationship online, and then they randomly bump into each other in person but don't know each other is the online persona. It's supposed to be quite funny. I don't know, I'm very excited for it. I do wish they had kept the white rather than changed it to yellow for the paperback. I just don't love this color yellow, but that's really not a big deal. The next one is also a crime thriller, and this one's called Notes on an Execution by Dania Kukafka. This one's about a person who is scheduled to die in 12 hours, and I think it's focusing on his victims. Something about death row, something about the girls who died, and him being a psychopath. And also my cousin said she read this and really loved it, so that's great. Next one I got was Our Wives Under the Sea, and this is by Julia Armfield. Been meaning to read this for ages. I've actually bought this book for a friend before I even read it myself because I heard it was supposed to be really good. This one is about a woman whose wife goes on a submarine trip, and she's only meant to be gone for 3 weeks, but then she ends up being gone for 6 months. No one's telling her why, no one's like reassuring her that this is meant to be happening, and then when she comes back after 6 months, she's completely different. It's also told in the perspective of both wives, so each chapter is from like one other perspective, so you jump from like in the submarine to on land with the other wife, so I think that's gonna be really interesting. Next one I'm reading because of a recommendation from Jack Edwards. The last recommendation I read from him was You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty, and I really hated that book. You would think I wouldn't trust him again. However, I've heard multiple people, not just Jack, say that this is a great book. It's called I'm a Fan by Sheena Patel. Just because I didn't like one book that he liked doesn't mean the rest of them aren't going to be good. And this is about a woman who, I think she like stalks this guy online, and like his girlfriend, she kind of is obsessed with him. It just sounds really kind of fucked up, to be honest. Also, I really like this book cover. The color combination, gorgeous. Okay, and the last book that I got in the buy one get one half price section is The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. Oh fuck, is this the first book or this? Oh no, oh no, did I get the wrong one? Oh no, fab. Okay, so this is the first book. I picked up this book because you might have seen my video of the books that I read whilst I was on holiday, and I read a book called The Maid by Nita Prose, and that was about a hotel maid who walked in on a room with a dead body in it. That was a really interesting mystery. I feel like this one could be somewhat similar. From reading the back, it sounds like it's about the housemaid sees and hears everything. The people who own the house kind of act like she's not even there. It also says that she tries on one of the dresses of the woman who owns the house, and she finds out. I think she gets locked in a room or something like that. Kind of crazy, kind of weird. So yeah, hopefully this one's really good because there's a second book already out. And then the last 3 books I got full price, but I'm very excited about them. So the first book I've actually started, I Who Have Never Known Men by Jacqueline Harpman, and this is about a group of women who are locked in a cage, and one of them has never known life outside of this cage. They are guarded by these men, and all of these women can't remember how they even got there. I think it's just about their survival and hopefully their escape as well. I think it's gonna be kind of really dark. And then the next book I got is called The Memory Police by Yoko Ogawa. I believe this is a dystopian fiction about a time where no one's allowed to have memories. So if you're caught, you know, holding on to nostalgic things like a train ticket or something, you'll be arrested. This is specifically about the story of a guy whose boss, I think, gets taken by the memory police, and then he starts like not forgetting things. Again, this is so famous. It was shortlisted for the 2020 International Booker Prize as well, so I think this one's gonna be amazing. And then the last book I got is called The Discomfort of Evening by Marieke Lucas Reinevel. And this is about a 10-year-old girl who has like a really unique way of experiencing life. I think she's neurodivergent. This tragic accident or something happens within her family and she starts having these twisted fantasies. Again, this was the winner of the International Booker Prize in 2020. I mean, it's got to be good if it won the award. And I'm really proud of myself. Not too long ago, I had made a post on Instagram about some books that I wanted to buy once I was off my reading ban. This was one of them. So was this, and so was this. And I've actually stuck to what I said I wanted. A lot of the time I'm like, oh, I want to read this, I want to read this, and then when it actually comes to it, I just don't buy those books and I regret it. There were a couple books that I really wanted to find in Waterstones, but they just didn't have them. That's fine, I don't need any more right now. Next time I will get them. I am very happy with the ones that I've got. Let me know if you've read any of them already. I am actually going to have dinner and then start reading this. I'm 117 pages into this book. I've got like 70 pages left. It's really good. I think this was published in like 1995, which, oh my god, is almost 30 years ago. But I was just thinking, like, this is very, maybe not ahead of its time. Like, I feel like there's a lot of books kind of along this genre, like this dystopian genre, which were written years and years ago, like 1984. But I'm still just like so shocked at how people come up with these things. Yeah, I've never read a book like this before. That just keeps me really interested, just constantly wanting to figure out, like, why are they here? Where are they? What happened? I'm unsure of what it could be. I forgot how slow I was at reading. There's this girl that I follow on Instagram who reads like a page in 40 seconds. So like 100 pages in an hour, whereas I read 40 pages in an hour. So like she literally reads more than double the speed of me, which is how she finishes like 300 books in a year or something. Then here I am like struggling to finish this tiny book in a day. That was my little update. I just finished this book. I feel like that was just a silent review for you. I'm confused, but I'm also like very satisfied at the same time. If you're someone who needs answers and everything to be like neatly tied up in a book, I wouldn't suggest this. There's no explanation for why all of these women were even down in this cage. I don't know, it made me just think a lot about why we do certain things. Like, a lot of this was about the girl learning things even though she had no reason to actually use that knowledge. You know, they're in this cage for however many years. She doesn't need to learn how to read because there are no books, but she wants to. There doesn't have to be a reason for wanting to know things and to learn. I think a lot of us are pretty stuck in that, where we think everything that we do has to be for a reason. All of this kind of like side hustle things where people are making their hobbies into money generating things to give it purpose. There's just no need for that. You can purely love to do something or love to learn something for no reason other than you want to and you enjoy it. I don't know if that was the point in this book, but that's the main thing that I've gotten out of this. I thought it was really good, and it was quite short, although it did still take me 3 days to read. There's one last thing that I want to do before I end this video, and that is stamp my books. Give me 1 second. For my birthday, some of my friends got me this little device, which is a book stamp. So I put the page in between these two things, press it, and then it puts my name into the book, which is so fun. So I'm gonna do that with all of my books. So what I need to do is go that way. There we go, yay! Do you see how it's in between? And then press down, and there we go. Right here it says Library of Cocoa Day, and it's like a raised thing, like I can feel it. It's really cool. My dream is to have like my own library. When I've got my own flat or house or whatever, I want to have a room dedicated to all of my books, so it makes sense to stamp them with Library of Cocoa Day. That was like one of the best presents that a girl could get. I'm just gonna do that to the rest of my books and take off these horrible little half-price stickers. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Fingers crossed I can manage university life and reading a little bit better this term. I'm gonna have some more videos for you guys soon. I will see you in my next video. Bye.